tell us how do you sustain this lifestyle?
um, well, maybe a couple of years ago we decided to make a big change in our lifestyle. We are filmmakers, but we were working in the film industry, advertisement for another companies, and we decided to make our own company, and we started in the business of events and wedding filming. So we have our own brand right now, which is called Yes and Tonic. And with that, what we do is we film weddings during the season, normally in Spain and some of them abroad. For the rest of the season, we just travel around with our van and we edit on the road. We edit all the weddings videos and all the other stuff that we do as well.
It
like
is still
corporate as well.
yeah,
some
but
corporate.
it is still new for us. So it's been like our first like season, half year almost, because working for the industry, like being paid like salaries or whatever, we used to hate that lifestyle, like having being in a city or in a house and not managing to have the freedom to go whatever. So deciding to swap and making our own money from the events, weddings, and everything just help us like to go with our flow, our time, and everything. So this way we can be everywhere and just go back to the wedding, and then using the spare time we have to edit everything and still keep it going. And as well we decided to start like sharing our experience on this lifestyle, because we found it super nice to see other people doing van life as well and meeting people, and as well for the people who are coming like to decide to start like living as a van lifer, how to do it, what is the things that works for us, and mainly the ones didn't. So I think it's nice like to share our experience. So we are as well at Instagram, and the name is Yes and Travel, and we are already have like a channel at YouTube, but it's still like we're still like managing to start like uploading stuff. But it's going to be in between Spanish and English, but for all the English people talking, we are going to upload as well subtitles, but we're still like figuring out who is going to be our viewers. But yes, this is the way we film. We're creative people, and we just like film stuff and go around with our clients.
Yeah.
And yes, this is a really nice way of living, like sharing love stories from the weddings, like alternative weddings, and being able to
It's
do
just
this.
wonderful. I mean, we've been this winter in Andorra, where an apartment goes for from 60 euros a night,
At least.
and if you want to spend the season there and go snowboarding and you want to rent a room, it's just so expensive, and it's just so cool to stay in your house on wheels everywhere.
Yeah.
And being able to enjoy places in this style of life is super cool. We are loving it.
Yeah.
So you have things what you want to change in the van. So what would be a few things that you really love about your decision, what you made, and what you want to keep, like
Okay.
fixed bed, probably.
Yeah.
And what is the must to change? What you thought at the beginning it would be nice, and now you think it's like nah.
But all right, the thing we loved of our layout is definitely the fixed bed, which is super nice just to have the bed over there all the time. And the other thing we loved is to have actually two separate spaces. So when one is working over here, the other one can be either sleeping or even working on the bed, because we.
I am this kind of person who likes to. I hate working like sitting down. Normally I can be like here with my laptop here, or even standing or at the bed or sitting on the ground or whatever. He is this kind of person who needs like a place to sit and stand and stay there. So having the fixed bed is One, I think
We have.
I don't know how people can live without a fixed bed. For me, it's just like, and having the garage, another thing, like I think we couldn't live it without it, because we love toys and stuff, and having like place to put everything inside for us is something that works really well.
Yeah.
And the big kitchen, like for
Yeah.
us, is something like I could not live with like a really small countertop. For me, is really important, because I don't love to cook, but when I cook, I love to have like space and
Yeah.
to manage to have like delicious meals, even being like on the road.
Yeah.
So the kitchen and the bed for sure would be always like this, at least the same size, and
Yeah.
could be in other places, but would be like the same size and
Yeah.
space.
And cons?
This
Cons
area.
is yeah.
It's comfortable.
This area is very comfortable,
Yeah.
but it's just that narrow aisle that we have in the middle that it doesn't. It's not very.
Convenient.
It's not making it's not
No.
making life really comfortable. Like when one is right there in the middle and the other one cannot get
As
into the end
well
of the van.
for the person who is
Yeah.
sitting there, because Pablo always sit here. He always has like this nice look, because I'm seeing the van and the van looks beautiful, and so looks nice. And I always sit there, and I always have the car. So it's just like all the times I forget I am in the van, and when I change, I say, "Oh, this is nice." So for me, having like at least the outside views would be much nicer, and as well to spread legs and maybe have a projector to watch movies here, because we love like to watch series and movies, or even in the bed, but while eating. So which would be much better, like to have like a more kind of living room space, and forgetting about the space to travel people. I don't need to like to move my friends and family around. They have their cars, so that's fine as well.
So no hitchhikers.
Well, that's the problem. You cannot have everything.
Yeah.
We wouldn't mind like to have like people, but what happens like normally when you go like around? Normally we just drop everything and that's it.
Yeah.
As well. So
No
a
space
few
anymore.
times we had like people asking for like hitchhiking, and we couldn't stop because we had like this huge amount of stuff in the middle. And I say it's going to take so much time. So yes, this is the problem. But
Yeah.
yes, and the shower
The
is
shower.
is still like, we love to have the shower, but we would love to have as well more open space. So we're still like figuring out the way to still have like a proper shower while having open space. So it's still to be seen.
Yeah, I think that's it. We are maybe adding a little bit more of battery because we have 150 amps of lithium. Maybe a little bit more could be nice at some time when there is too cloudy. But apart from that, I think that's all.
Yeah.
We are really happy with the design overall.
So, yes.
It's super cool.
I am really, really, really happy with the design, the looks, and I don't have any much complaint. The insulation must be fixed,
Yeah.
but this is something.
We want to do this in a proper way.
Yeah.
And after that, we'll maybe put a curtain over here that goes all around
Yeah,
this.
curtain.
So it's easier to cover all the windows. Maybe one that is not completely a blackout one, other one, like a more
Translucent.
transparent. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, in a van, in a such a small space, you can do so much
Yeah.
Yep.
stuff and so different
So
that,
many possibilities.
like, every time you see something, you say, "Ah, this is nice," but if you have this, you don't have the other. So it's something that for us, we rented. That was something that, like, we rented, like, a van to stay, like, a few days. And it had, like, similar layout to this, but in a ugly taste because the design wasn't good. So for us at that time, when we say, "Ah, yes, this is nice," because we still have, like, if we have friends, we can go driving with them or do whatever, and it's easier, like, to work. Like, two people is much easier working in this situation than other. But I think, like, even though we are going to work a lot here, it's much better to have like the space to go two people like passing through, and don't feel bothered by one and another. I think this is one of the key points on the van, that you don't have to be annoyed by each other, and to be able like to do life in a normal way as possible.
But it helped you to rent a van and
Yeah.
to figure out.
Yeah.
Even for a short time.
Yeah. We went to a trip like 1 week almost, and for sure, right now I would like say to people like go and rent like 3 different vans, but we were just like in between the pandemic and the coronavirus, so we couldn't go like loads of times like away. So we just rented one. We watched like loads of videos, and for sure, I think people, if they are going to build something, for sure you have build by yourself at least. Go and rent loads of vans before, because the effort you put like on your time is just a waste if like. And maybe do a building that you can change stuff around sometimes, like even being like the same you did with yours, like changing the bathroom. Like being able to have the change is good. Maybe the like putting the windows later is something nice as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, right now I'm happy. Sometimes I see other people's layouts and I think like when they have the shower outside, like on the back,
In the back.
looks good as well. But I don't know, having the like without having the high ceiling and the cappuccino for have the bed up here, I wouldn't put the bed in the
Yeah.
other place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing around.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
Thanks for watching. The links of the guys I will leave in description below. And see you in the next one. Cheers.
Bye.